Yes, colleagues, I've also received a petition from our creative industry members, led by their chairman, Eddie Musuza, commonly known as Eddie Kenzo. Today they've met me this afternoon, but the petition I have assigned Honorable Nyamutoro to present it so that I can guide on how it is going to be handled thereafter by the House. So I will later on amend the order paper to allow Honorable Nyamutoro present the petition on behalf of our friends in the music industry. They are in the gallery, but we shall read their names after I've received the list so that we can recognize their presence.
An umbrella body that is geared towards promoting, protecting, and development of the music industry in the country. The petitioners are alive to the fact that since the enactment of the Copyright and Neighboring Rights Act in 2006, some aspects of the law have been outdated in light of advancement of technology and emergence of international practices that have changed the nature in which the copyright operates. Right, Honorable Speaker, as a result, it is very prudent that this law is revised as soon as possible. Right, Honorable Speaker, in 2006, I was in primary school, and today as a member of Parliament, it simply means that for decades, the industry has never sought refuge.
Honorable, can you read the petition?
Yes.
Okay? Because the petition was given to you, just read the petition. No, please, Honorable, under the petition.
Thank you, Right
Don't
Honorable
listen to
Speaker.
strange voices.
Right Honorable Speaker, the petitioners are not just contributors to the creative industry, but are also contributors to the economy. And with the existing legal framework for distribution of revenue collected from callback tunes, which disadvantages the artists as most of the revenue benefits the telecom companies rather than the artists who should benefit more from their works. Right Honorable Speaker, the petitioners aver that in order to encourage creativity and innovation, and as a way of growing the creative industry, the following proposals ought to be put in consideration by the Executive and Parliament while amending the Copyright and Neighboring Rights Act. 1. Revision of the charges for callback tunes to ensure a fairer split of the revenue collected from the callback tunes in the percentage.
Just wait. Honorable colleagues, you should study the mood of the speaker. You should study the mood of the speaker. Okay? Yes. Don't think I can't hear. You should study my mood. Please, go on.
In the percentage of 60% to be retained by the artist and 40% to be remitted by both government and telecom companies. Secondly, Right Honorable Speaker, imposition of a copy levy on devices used in reproduction of copyright-protected works to be shared equally between government and holders of copyrights and neighboring rights registered under this Act. Imposition of strict measures against broadcasters who use pirated content because it undermines the intellectual property rights of the artists, hence causing a negative effect on their livelihood. Your petitioners recommend a fine of not less than 5 million shillings to be paid by a person who is convicted of infringing the copyright of an artist. Right Honorable Speaker, the petitioners suggest that the digital era needs to be embraced relating to the protection of the rights of artists in the digital domain, fostering innovation in digital content creation, and facilitating fair compensation for online use of copyrighted works. The adequate capitalization of collective management organizations in order to empower CMOs to carry out their duties such as licensing, collecting royalties, and enforcing the legal framework on copyrights. Right Honorable Speaker, the petitioners suggest that there should be an establishment of a clear and transparent structure for the CMOs that incorporate a high level of accountability, including regular audits and reporting mechanisms to ensure that royalties are distributed fairly and promptly to the rightful owners. Right Honorable Speaker, it would be prudent to the petitioners if registration and regulation of all third parties, including telecom aggregators who are involved in the distribution and dissemination of the copyrighted content, requiring broadcasters to dedicate 90% of airtime to Ugandan music as a way of promoting local content and supporting the development of the industry in the country. Right Honorable Speaker, the petitioners suggest that we encourage the Ugandan models, actors, actresses, and artists in the advertising, promotion, influencing, and endorsement of products by companies in Uganda and developing Ugandan publishers through the imposition of higher charges of publishing licenses for non-Ugandans as a way of empowering the local creative industry, provide employment opportunities for local content, and help build a distinct national identity in advertising. And lastly, Right Honorable Speaker, the petitioners propose that requiring aggregators of licensed Ugandan intellectual property to be domiciled in Uganda as a condition for operating to ease accountability, since they will be subjected to the country's legal framework on the copyright law. Now, therefore, Right Honorable Speaker, the humble petitioners have a main prayer that seeks your indulgence to task the Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs and all relevant authorities to amend the Copyright and Neighboring Rights Act 2006 and incorporate the above proposals. I beg to submit.
Thank you. Thank you. Please. Now, this is a matter a few colleagues have been following upon. But you cannot stop members of the public from petitioning. Rule 30 is very clear. At any time, because for them, they don't know what you're doing inside here. They are not privy. Okay? Oh, now, maybe I need to inform our visitors that for you, you're not supposed to clap or... I think they were not briefed by our protocol team. Yeah. You appreciate at heart. So they have their issues. I know Attorney General has been making strides. Attorney General, you want to make any comment on this?
Speaker, indeed, after a given period, the laws require to be sieved and updated. I do understand our musicians' concerns. Our chambers have been working on this law, but we welcome the petition. We shall work with the committee and see how to improve it and accommodate their interests. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. I want to handle this petition in two ways. One, there are issues which are low-hanging fruits for our music industry. These people are losing a lot of money, especially to the telecoms. These ringtones you're seeing being used and all that, some people are benefiting and some of these musicians are earning zero. Now, if you have to wait around 6 months, how many months of processing a row, they are losing revenue. It's like you having your own business, just leaking. Someone is taking proceeds out of your business and you're not getting anything. They have aggregators, and I know that industry of aggregators very well. I know it very well. I've ever owned a business in that line, so I know it deeply. So they have aggregators who are, you know, you find a song which you pay 1,200 shillings, an artist gets like 70 shillings. Some of them get zero. Okay? So what I want to do is, on the issue of the law, Attorney General, I'm going to give you the petition. But on the issue of content of musicians, which is being used and they are not paying and yet they are earning, I want the Committee on ICT, to handle and report back to this House within 30 days. Honorable Kayemba, you wanted to say something? Yeah.
On 21st July 2022, my comrade Honorable Hilary Chiaga was given leave by this Parliament to process the amendment of the 2006 Copyright and Neighboring Rights Bill. Uganda Law Reform Commission took it over. We are now approaching 1.5 years. We haven't got any feedback from them. So my prayer is, the Attorney General's office handling this should speed up and expertise, because the thieves are stealing, yet the industry is suffering. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Now, Honorable colleague, why our friends are petitioning over this period? Attorney General, what is the problem? As Honorable Nwagaba and Honorable Mshemeza.
Yeah, thank you. Right, Honorable for information. The enforcement body in respect of this particular law is the Uganda Registration Services Bureau. And referring this matter to the ICT committee, in my view, may not get the proper results. But however, there is also a wide literature in respect of case law and in respect of ringtones. As we wait for whichever committee or for the Attorney General to amend the Act, I would invite their fellow artists to consider using the courts of judicature to get remedies. But the enforcement authority is the Uganda Registration Services Bureau.
Yeah, thank you. You see, Honorable Nwagaba, what we are saying is simple. I've interacted with these people. Other artists in other countries are earning billions out of ringtones. But here they are not. Okay? And the committee responsible is the Committee on ICT. When people come here to petition and they need our urgent help. That's why I have said we handle it in a two-way approach, so that the Committee for ICT interacts with these agencies that are utilizing the content but are not paying. Even URSB, I know it's under Committee on Legal, but it can also appear and show the challenges. But in the meantime, the biggest chore, Attorney General, is just having the role. Okay? Is just having the role. Honorable Mshemeza.
And one of the issues I raised was that very issue on the callback tune expenditures and copyrights, and even the money for the deceased on the mobile money. Right Honourable Speaker, I referred the matter to the Committee of ICT. I appeared to that committee as a first witness, and I'm aware the process is going on. Are we procedurally moving well to refer the same matter which was already ongoing to the ICT when the matter is being considered?
Yes, Honorable, we are proceeding very well and extremely well. Because there is no problem adding additional information. Because you see, they might be handling, but none of these artists has appeared. Now it is, one group appeared, another one didn't. Okay? Or you can even appear, and I feel me as an individual, because you see, colleagues, I have a petition, and it is signed by, these are 63 plus 27 plus 19. Artists. You can't ignore their voice to say internally, you're handling the matter. No, what you do, you refer to the committee. On top of what you're handling, listen to this petition. That's it. Honorable colleagues, let's note, Honorable Bigaros and then Law.
Thank you so much, this country. And honestly, we could not proceed because of the lacuna, the gaps in the Copyright and Neighbors Act. I honestly want to agree with you that this should have been done yesterday. And I promise you my back, I'll be able to go to ICT to listen.
Why
how
give me
soon
the,
they can
why
sing.
give me the back? Why?
It's a Terego way of saying I'll give you my support.
Okay.
Because in Terego we carry babies on our back.
Okay.
There's nothing big about that. Thank you.
Okay, you know we have one national leader who said, I'll put my behind. Now this one is putting the back, so, Lope.
Of course, we understand the pain they go through. We appreciate the brick they add onto national building. And as a member of the ICT committee, I want to assure the artists present today on behalf of others that we are going to leave no stone unturned in ensuring that the rights, the efforts of our musicians and all others in the art industry are catered for and much respected. Tomorrow, I want to inform the House and the artists that as the member of the ICT committee, we're expecting to meet these brothers and sisters to forge our way forward to see how best the art industry can prosper in Uganda. Thank you.
Thank you.
Like the Honorable Kayemba Solo observed, that on the 21st of July, this House graciously offered leave to Honorable Chiaga to proceed with the private members' bill, and he was seconded by the Honorable Rachel Magola, one of the more prominent artists in this land, to go on with the amendment. Of course, the process, right, Speaker, you're aware of the private members' bill has very serious inordinate challenges that we encountered. However, we were able to have meetings with the Law Reform Commission, which under the law is supposed to move these amendments in earnest, but we were sleeping on duty. We had a meeting with the Law Reform, the Office of the Solicitor General, and URSB. And the issues we had with the URSB was that even before you amended the law, like you observed, Honorable Speaker, there are low-hanging fruits. And the issue of enforcement came to bear, that the URSB is sleeping on duty in as far as enforcing the basics is concerned. So enforcement is a challenge and a problem. However, Honorable Speaker, this is not the challenge. 2 weeks ago, I received a copy of a notice from the Solicitor General inviting for another stakeholders meeting of the same law. Will it please you, Honorable Speaker, to give the Office of the Attorney General timelines to clear all pending consultations so that the member can finally move the bill, including the Ministry of Finance, which was consulted to notify Parliament if they have any reservations regarding to granting a certificate with financial implications, Honorable Speaker. What is so strange is that I see government looking for revenue, chasing hawkers, street vendors, looking for small revenues. This industry is 100 times bigger than the so many small things that are really occupying government or get revenue. I wish you have an idea. So what happened to imagination from government? They're looking for small trinkets for revenue. When you have an obvious industry that can support government, Honorable Speaker, I beseech you to give these government entities timelines. That's the best answer for the industry. Timelines. We cannot legislate endlessly when we have people losing time, momentum, and motivation to create. It's not about artists alone, it's about writers, it's about poets, it's about, comedians and everyone. Honorable Speaker, this House needs to give timelines, which we are going to monitor religiously to ensure that they develop on this bill, Honorable Speaker. I so pray.
Thank you. I totally agree with you. Attorney General, where is the problem? Before,
Honorable Speaker, I do understand the LOP's concern about the delay, but if we are to make a law that satisfies the interests of everyone, we have to do the requisite research. We have to be critical and meticulous at whatever we are doing. So I can inform this House that we are on the right track. Maybe I can file a report specifically on this particular law in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah. Thank you. Now, what I've observed is there is a working relationship now. I don't know whether you feel it strong, whether you're making progress with it or not, Lop. But yeah, let's give ourselves 30 days, okay? Let's give ourselves 30 days, which is, I think, which is okay. Otherwise, also, the mover slept on a job. Reason being, you know, if government doesn't give you a certificate of financial implication, according to our rules, after 60 days, we deem it to have been issued. Otherwise, government should come out and say, we are giving you, the law you're bringing is in contravention of Article 93 of the Constitution, it has a charge on the consolidated fund or not. If you don't, once you've gotten leave of parliament, then you come here for first reading. And then sometimes they wake up. We'll use it, but I'm appreciating the fact that the Attorney General's office and the mover and Lop are coordinating, and I hope in 30 days we should get a very clear update. Yeah, I can see everyone is anxious. We are waiting for that law so that we unlock the potential of this very, very critical sector. No, when you had anything?
Lop elaborately spoke my mind on the issue of time frame, but allow me to appreciate you, Right Honorable Speaker, for taking pertinent concern in this issue. I'm certain that history will take pride in your leadership, because the talent sector is the only avenue that we have to answering the unemployment question. Thank you, Right Honorable.
When I retire, that's where I'm going. So, and many of you colleagues will join me. But Honorable Guzuri, yeah, that one I will detail it in the terms of reference when I'm forwarding the petition. Thank you.